R&B gang, it's your girl mehgsv back at it again with another video. Today I'm gonna be doing a Q&A, a new one. If you've been watching me, you would know 2-3 years ago I already did a Q&A, but I'm not the same person as I was 2-3 years ago, so we're doing it again. We're running it back. I have all the questions and stuff on my laptop. I had asked people on my Instagram to give me some questions, and they actually gave me some good ones, so thank you guys. Yeah, let's just get right into the video because I don't want to talk too much. I'm already gonna be talking this whole last video. I was doing like a get ready with me while I answer questions, but I kind of want to sit down and talk this time. I was gonna eat, but I already ate, so sorry. All right, let's just get started. Okay, the first question is, I'm just starting off easy. Someone asked what my age is. I am now 20 years old. I'm a June Gemini baby. Y'all was kind of getting kind of personal up in these questions, which I like, but shoot, okay. Someone asked, what are your goals for 2023? As of right now, it's August 24th, 2022, if you guys are wondering. My goals for 2023, I would say, I do want to eat better. I want to focus a lot more on my health and my well-being. And I'm not saying I don't right now, but just more, you know, like it's always good to just keep trying to improve yourself, your body. I want to engage more in some hobbies that I learned to love recently. I also want to show more love and gratitude towards people that I feel like I have not been showing that to the people that I feel that have always been here for me, and I feel like I don't show that enough, that I'm thankful for y'all and how much y'all really do mean to me. Like, I feel like I need to do better on showing that and not so much of just saying it. I want to show it as well through actions. Work aspect of goals, I do want to launch 2 of these business ideas that I have in mind. But I'm not going to get too much into that because I don't want to speak on stuff just yet. Next question is, when did you know you wanted to start singing? I never knew I wanted to start singing or put my music out there for real. I kind of always had a love for singing, just for fun. Like, not even thinking, oh, you can pop off from this, you can become famous or whatever from this. Like, I just always genuinely love singing. Like, it's so fun to me. When I started writing music, the reason why, I mean, there's no really main reason why I started writing music. It was kind of like an outlet for me, I guess. My first song I ever wrote was about my best friend who passed away. Actually, today marks his 6 years. So 6 years ago, actually, probably like a couple days after the 24th, I wrote my first song, literally, and it was about Brayden. Yeah, after that, I was kind of surprised that I even wrote that, and I was like, it doesn't even sound bad. And then after that, I kind of just kept writing. Yeah, and then I just found a joy in it. Like, it wasn't so much of I want to blow up from this shit. I mean, I feel like that's everyone's goal, but to be honest, my goal with music is for people to just feel what the fuck I'm saying. Feel that they're not alone when they are going through certain shits. My music is a lot of relationship problems and toxic and love and all of that. Nothing really made me want to start music. I think it was just something that I found interested in when I was when I was a kid. I didn't know. It just happened. Next question is, how does it make you feel when people sing your song with you? When people sing my song with me, it makes me feel heard. Like, you're actually listening to what I'm saying and putting down on this piece of paper, and you're actually hearing me, and feeling like you're being heard feels good. You can't cap. It feels good that someone's paying attention to you and acknowledging what you're saying. I don't know, it feels good inside, and knowing that Because some people do just listen to music just to listen to it. Like, they don't actually listen to the words coming out people's mouths. I used to be like that. I used to not even listen to the words. I used to just listen to the beat all the time. Well, take that back. Rap. Like rap music, I used to not listen to the words. I would literally just only listen to the beat. I didn't really care for the words. Like, the words were cool, but the beat was fire. So I would only listen to the beat for real and like vibe to the beat rather than the lyrics. If I'm on more on like the R&B side, it's kind of like you kind of have to listen to the lyrics. And just when people sing that with me, it makes me happy. I'm not gonna cap. It does. Because it's like, damn, it makes me feel gifted that I'm able to express my emotions through a song, and not many can do that. Or someone had asked, how do you describe love and how do you know you're in love and what does it look like? Personally, I don't think I can answer how do you know when you're in love, because I've never been in love. I've thought that I was in love, but if I was in love, I would never have fallen out of love. But I could tell you why I thought I was in love. Well, one of the reasons why. The reasons why I thought I was because of the fact that I literally put everything down and put him before myself. And now that I think about it, I don't think that was love. So don't take that advice from me. Yeah, you can't. No, don't. If you have to love a person more than yourself in order for the relationship to work, don't be in it. I had to learn that the hard way. How do I describe love? Everybody has their own perception of love, but the way I view it, really just old school. Like, old school type of love is what I think real love is. Let me elaborate. Really just going the extra mile for your person. And I can go on and on, but I'm gonna just say the little things. It's always the little things. The little things become big things, and it stacks onto each other and it becomes big. I feel like a lot of people be falling for like the basic characteristics or traits that people have, as in like, oh, he's nice, or she's nice, or she's pretty, he's cute. Shit like that. I don't be falling for that stuff. Like, you can be funny, cool. That don't mean I'm gonna fall for you. I be falling for like the vibe and the connection rather than all the other stuff that comes with it. Because if you really think about it, anyone can be under all those characteristics, traits, but that doesn't mean you're gonna fucking like all of them, you feel me? Like, I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is how I view love. I say when somebody goes the extra mile for you genuinely because they want to see you happy. Not because, oh, let me do this, let me get her flowers, or let me get him this fucking game because he's gonna appreciate me more, or you feel me? Not just doing stuff because you feel like it's gonna benefit you. More so of just doing it because you know they're gonna be happy, and just seeing them happy makes you happy. I feel like that's not like what happens anymore. I feel like people just do it. I mean, I can't speak for everybody because some people are in love right now and I'm so jealous of you, but love is a big word. People do say love and loyalty are two separate things, and I agree. But then again, I feel like if you love somebody, you should be loyal to them. And if you're disloyal, you don't love them. Like, why would you be disloyal to somebody that you love and care for? You feel me? It doesn't make sense. Just being there emotionally, mentally, physically, whenever they need it. And my own definition of love would be doing things for a person that you would do for yourself because you love yourself and you love that person. You feel me? Does that make sense? Basically, everything that you would do for yourself and you start doing it for another person because you feel like they're a part of you. I feel like that's love. But everybody has their own perception of love. My perception of love is old school. Being a gentleman, opening doors, not thinking shit. I'm a very, very corny person when it comes to like relationships and shit. Like, I'll do all that corny shit. I love the corny shit. Like, do that shit. I don't know why people think it's so lame. Like, no, you not doing that shit is lame. Corny shit, I love it. Just doing the most to win someone over. Like, I feel like people don't do it anymore. I feel like they try for the first time and then they don't succeed and they just stop. And it's like, this is why. Like, this is why I don't want you, because you're not showing me enough. Because if you can give up the first time, you're gonna give up all the other times. I could go on and on about fucking love, but I don't want to. It also says what does it look like? It looks like to me is my parents. That's what love is to me. And I feel like that's why I have like an old school type of soul when it comes to love or relationships, because I have role models as in my parents. Next question is, who is your inspiration? I hate this question. I'm gonna be honest. I hate this question. I hate being asked this question. To be honest, I don't have one. I don't. And it's not, I'm not saying like no one has ever inspired me. Like, there's so many people in my life that I've encountered and they inspired me to either do better or be a better person or keep going, whatever. You feel me? There's so many people that I encountered and I didn't even get their name, you know? And I feel like so many people, when they get asked this question, they're like, oh, a famous person or my mom or my dad. I'm not saying my mom or dad aren't an inspiration to me, but like, come on, like, you feel me? There's way more than just one person out there that inspired me to do a lot of things. A lot of people taught me gems. Like, they just threw gems at me and I'm like, catch, home run. I'm just playing. Nah, people would throw gems at me all the time. My dad throws gems at me all the time. Yeah, I can say my dad, but you feel me? There's just so many people like that inspire me. If I have to choose a person, I would say my higher self. My higher self inspires me to become the best me, or the best version of me, because I know that there is a higher version of me and the better version of me, and I'm just trying to reach it. Even though I don't know her yet, she inspires me every day to keep going and trying to reach to that point, if that makes sense. I don't know if that was selfish or that's how I feel. I feel like there's just so many people, I can't just choose one. And the next question is, when did you first realize you were attractive? Let me say this. I never thought I was ugly. You know what I mean? Let me bring it down to like high school. Say like freshman year. I knew I wasn't the prettiest, but I also knew I wasn't ugly. So then I knew I was attractive, but not like to my fullest. Like, yes, I do think I'm attractive now, but I know that I'm gonna get more attractive later on while I grow. You feel me? Like, as the day goes on, you're growing into your body and you're gonna keep changing. Your looks are gonna keep changing, and I feel like I'm not even to my fullest potential yet. Like, I'm gonna keep getting better. If I were to give that an answer, I would say when I got my braces off. It's probably because that's when I became more confident in myself. When was your first heartbreak? My first heartbreak was not too long ago. It was like a couple months ago. I would say like, what is it, August? Like 5 months ago. Another question is, how do you start your songs? I should have like structured this way better because I was just talking about music, but how do I start my songs? Depends, because sometimes I'll be walking down the street and out of nowhere a line, like a bar comes in my head and I'll write it down and I'll come back home and start writing off of that one line. Or if I'm like, okay, I need to write a song tonight, like it's kind of forced, I pick a beat, sit, and try to analyze how the beat makes me feel. However it makes me feel. If I like feel upset or happy from it, I'll try to pick a moment where I was like really happy in my life, or when I was really upset in my life, and I'll try to go off from there. Kind of just started off the vibes, for real. How old do you feel you were when you became woke to what's going on around you? I literally just glitched. I just froze. How old was I? Fully woke? Not until like a year or two. Like 18. The thing is, I was very young. At a young age, I acted like I was older. And so like I would put myself in positions where I shouldn't have been in. So it kind of really made me open my eyes to a lot of things before I even reached a legal age, 18. So I was kind of young when I woke up from shit and I knew exactly what was happening around me. But it was different shit. I don't know what you mean by like woke to what's going on around me. Do you mean like, I don't know, I feel like I'm sensing that you're saying like, know what's really going on in this world. If that's what you mean, like 3 years ago, I was like 17. But if you're just talking about like just, I don't know, bro, just life itself, I would say, let's just give you an answer, like 16, 17. That's when I start. Actually, like 15. When I was a freshman, I was woke to a lot of shit because I experienced a lot of shit my freshman year. But obviously, like, as I was growing up, I learned more about what's really going on. So I've always been woke. Someone asked me the first time I did something illegal. You wanna count this? We can count this. But 7th grade, I drank alcohol, or I got drunk for the first time. I mean, that was illegal because I was underage drinking, but other than that, freshman year, I'm not gonna tell you what, but freshman year. Then how much more trouble can you be? But I'll be chilling. How many kids do I want? I want like 3 or 4. I don't want an odd number out, so I say 4. Someone asked, what is your relationship status? I remember in the last video I didn't answer, but I am single, y'all. I don't have no boyfriend. I'm not talking to nobody for real. Honestly, if I'm being honest with y'all, I'm in this little phase in my life where I really feel like no man deserves me right now. And maybe it's because my past relationship, or maybe because it's just me. I feel like I have a lot of work to do within myself before I even bring another person into my life and put as much effort into them as I need to into myself. So maybe that's why I'm single. And also, the boys out here suck. Like, literally suck. I don't want nothing to do with y'all. Yeah, I'm single. Someone asked, can money buy happiness? I think so, to a certain extent. I feel like once you do make all the money in the world as you can, of course you're gonna be happy and proud of yourself because all the hard work and dedication that you put in to making all that money, of course you're gonna be happy. But say you won the lottery and it was just gave to you, depends on your situation, I think. If you're alone and you won the lottery and start splurging out, I mean buying hella shit, traveling, doing all that, yeah, it's gonna be fun for a while. But see, it depends on the situation, because me, I have family, I have friends. I'm saying, I'm putting my mind or my feet in someone else's shoes to where they're literally alone, like have no family, no friends, nothing. If they were blessed with a large amount of money, yes, they're gonna be happy at first because they get to do whatever the fuck they want. I mean, life with no money, there's no life, basically. You can't buy nothing. And this whole world is literally, we live off money. Everybody fucking knows that. I don't even know why I'm sugarcoating that. We all know we need money to live. I think that's what would make us happy, with knowing we have all this money and being able to provide for ourselves would make us happy. But then again, it gets to a certain extent where it's just like, it's not all I really needed. And a lot of people believe that money is the only thing in this world that we need right now. I believe that as well, but it's also like, for some reason, I want to say I'd rather pick happiness over money. If those two didn't correlate with each other, if money didn't help you become happy, and if happiness didn't come because of money, I would choose happiness. And if everything was free in this world, you would want happiness. So it's like, just take out the money part. And now all you've been doing is living for this money. But are you really happy? And I feel like that's so big, but people think it's so like, oh, you're such a simp. No. I don't know. I think money can buy you happiness, but not for long. So I want to ask, how many boyfriends have I had? Surprisingly, not a lot. 4. But only one of them I brought home to my family. That was my recent one. The other 3, they're more just like hee hee ha ha fling type. You feel me? What part of my life do I miss the most? I miss when I lived in Washington. From when I was born all the way up until I was 14. I wish I can relive all of that all over again. Because of the simple fact that the home that I grew up in was the best home. Best vibes, family always over, family all around. Neighbors were our friends. Friends were our neighbors. My friends were literally my neighbors. Like, they lived in my neighborhood. Like, the random neighbors, they were chill enough to be cool with us, you feel me? Like, it just felt so homey there, and I wish I could go back to that time and kind of move a little different, because back then I did kind of isolate myself from my family for some reason. Not to get too sentimental, but I felt like I wasn't really a part of the family for a little bit. Those are like personal shits, but I kind of isolated myself from them, so I didn't like spend so much time with them all the time. I would always choose my friends over them and like go over to my friend's house while everyone's at the house and stuff like that. But I was at home a lot too. But I wish I could change that. I wish I could spend as much time as possible with my family rather than my friends, because now that I do live with my family now, but now that my older siblings don't live with us, and when they did, like, I kind of took it for granted, and now that they're not here, I hella miss them. Like, I miss them so much, and sometimes I feel like lost or like missing a fucking piece because they're not here. Y'all keep asking me about my last relationship. Like, why y'all want to know about that? Someone said your last relationship ended because a lot of shit. It was toxic. He lived in my crib and was still talking to other bitches. He ended up moving out of the state because I kicked him out. It was just a lot of stuff. Like, I didn't want to get into that. The last question that I have is, how do you cope? And it says, like, in parentheses, depression, when you're angry. Yeah, basically like all my emotions. A lot of different ways. Like I said, making music and singing is one of my outlets. I tend to fall more towards making music when I'm upset, and maybe that's why my music is kind of sad. I just feel a lot of like emotion comes a lot with singing, and you hear it in the voice, and you feel it when you are singing it. So I think I go for singing when I'm upset, depressed, like when I'm in a depressed state. Journaling, I journal a lot. I do smoke as an outlet, but not necessarily just for that, because I smoke a lot just because I like it. But sometimes I do smoke if I am feeling really, really depressed. I'll smoke, and it just makes me unbothered. Healthy coping methods I be using is journaling. In July, I kind of learned a lot of things that I learned to love to do by myself, and it kind of helped me, got my mind off things. I would, like I said, journal, paint, just doodling, and like writing down thoughts, reading. I got into reading, but I'm still trying to get into the habit of reading. And what I learned, I'm gonna teach y'all something real quick. Making a new habit in your life, you have to do it often, every day. And you don't gain a habit unless it's repetitive and you keep doing it. So if it's hard for you to latch on to a new habit. It's like the 2-minute rule or something like that. But for 2 minutes out of your day, whatever you want to improve on and have it become a habit. Like say you want to work out for 2 minutes out of your day. And I know it sounds weird, it sounds crazy, but work out for 2 minutes out of your day and do it every day. By the day, it's gonna go from 2 to 5, 5 to 10, 5 to 15, 15 to 30. You feel me? Like it's gonna just keep adding up organically. Like you're not gonna notice, you're gonna just keep doing it. Yeah, like I said, you don't gain a habit unless you do it repeatedly. It kind of becomes like a muscle memory. Something that I want to work on is reading. I do read, but if I want to read like everyday type, grab the book, read for 2 minutes, you feel me? Like the way of coping, I like to be around family now. It helps me a lot because being around people that you love or knowing that they love you, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel more alive. It makes you feel not alone. So I like to be around them, but also I kind of isolate myself too when I get in depressed state. So I like to do things alone a lot, but being around family and talking to family helps. I like to be outside, being by water, just hearing the outside world. It just calms me. Another coping method is journaling. I feel like I just said that, but I didn't get into depth with it. Journaling helped me a lot. And I feel like I kind of want to start doing video journalings or video journals, whatever you want to call it, because I like talking. So I feel like I'd rather talk and watch and let it all out in a video rather than writing it down. Because my thoughts are fast, my thoughts run fast, so I can't really jot everything down on a piece of paper that fast. But journaling helps a lot because you have all these thoughts in your head and you can't really line them up in your head, you feel me? Like it's just all scattered. You can't just organize them into just one thought. You just have to like, I don't know, it just gets cluttered in there and you just have all these thoughts and you're kind of confused yourself because you're like, is this the thought that I'm thinking about, or did I just reword this thought, you know what I mean? So you kind of have to like write it down. It's kind of like writing down notes. You don't understand something as much. Say you're learning a new vocabulary word and like you say the definition, but it's not gonna be stuck in your head until you write it down a couple times and you reread it a couple times. But you can't do that because you can't physically see the words in your head, so you have to write it down, and once you read it, you'll really understand what is going on in your head and what you're thinking about and what you can do to solve it, even. But yeah, that's enough. I hope this was a good one. I kind of stopped caring how I looked and shit towards the end because you're my peoples. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a very calm sit down video. I promise you the next couple of videos are going to be bangers and it's gonna be lit and fun and funny and all the stuff you guys want to see. I know you guys don't really care about the Q&As because some of y'all do know me and already know this stuff, but for the people that don't, hi, I'm Megan Let's Talk, aka mehgsv. If y'all are new to the channel, like, subscribe, comment, hit that bell button so you can get notified every single time I drop a new video. This whole camera situation, like this camera quality is F. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something out of this video, and if you didn't, well, shucks. I learned something new today because I had class this morning and I learned, I don't know if y'all knew, but I learned that if you don't freaking touch a baby for a long period of time, like when they're literally a baby, they can die because they like feed off of physical touch. Like they need that shit. I did not know that, and that shit blew my mind. And I was like, whoa, I am never leaving my child alone in a room. I don't care. She's always right here or he's always right here. Latched onto me. The fuck? That shit scared me. I was like, what do you mean? How is that possible? Anyway, I'll see y'all next video. Bye.